Alright, we've got another build video today. Today we have Stormcaller Warlock. So, first off in this build video, we have Veritys Brow with Risk Runner. This is actually kind of an underrated combo. You usually see more Crown of Tempest with Risk Runner for top tree Stormcaller. This is still really good. It gives you more pulse grenades. That way you can either throw them at your feet to start arc conductor, or you can throw them at enemies to do arc webs with your pulse grenades. So yeah, it's pretty good. You get your free kinetic slot. That way you could throw on maybe a blasphemer, an ignition code, a kinetic sniper, something like Bite of the Fox, the Long Shadow, is that the Vanguard one? But there's a few things you could throw in there. Your heavy slot's open for like something possibly good. But yeah, it's a pretty good build. I like it. It's similar to the one I did last time I did Stormcaller Warlocks. I did Crown of Tempest instead of Veritys Brow. But I think I do like Veritys Brow more. It's a little different from Crown of Tempest. Not to say that Crown of Tempest is bad, it's probably better. But I think just the grenade aspect of it's more fun. Also, with this build, I would highly recommend you use Charge with Light mods like High Energy Fire. If I'm not mistaken, there is a SMG Charge with Light mod that makes you gain charges. I might be thinking of the sidearm one, but I think there's also one that does it for SMGs. So I would highly recommend that combination. So probably my favorite build for this video is a build using Chaos Reach. Now, Chaos Reach is great for boss damage, of course, we all know this, but this one also has really good ad clear, and not just with the super. You can save your super for boss damage, but this build uses Felwinter's helm with Monte Carlo. I also slapped on the Iron Banner sniper for season 14, and I had an Eternity's Edge, so I just put on. I don't recommend using Eternity's Edge. Falling Guillotine is much better, but basically, the idea behind this is Felwinter's helm got buffed this season. If you don't know what this buff was, basically what it is it allows for ranged melees to use Felwinter's helm. If you get a kill, the helmet spawns a explosion that debuffs enemies and disorients them. It used to be on player, but now it's on the enemy that you killed. So it works really well with Ball Lightning, especially since you can kill multiple enemies with it. So idea behind it is kill some enemies, then use Monte Carlo to finish them off. Since they'll be weakened, it'll be much quicker. Hopefully have your melee back and do it again. Hopefully catching a major or a larger red bar in it to weaken them to make it a little bit faster to kill them. I actually really enjoy using this build. You could use Traveler's Chosen instead of Monte Carlo, and that would probably be pretty good. Maybe you want to switch your Elemental out for maybe a first in, last out, and then your heavy could be a linear fusion rifle or a rocket launcher or something of that nature. I really do like this build. Charge with Light mods could go well with it, especially I think heavy-handed gives you bonuses for melees. So yeah, I would experiment with this one a little bit. It could be really good. So yeah, check this one out specifically. It's pretty fun to do. Melee builds are interesting, and I think this one does deserve everyone just giving it a try. It's pretty fun. And for the last build we have today, we have one on Bottom Tree Stormcaller. And I'm going to be using Lumina and Boots of the Assembler. Basically, if you don't know, Bottom Tree Stormcaller gets rifts back faster when near allies, so you can spam rifts with Boots of the Assembler so that you can give your teammates those long range noble rounds, I would recommend using Empowering Rift just because that damage buff is pretty good. Using Lumina will also make you have more noble rounds in your Lumina when you use Boots of the Assembler. So if someone like a Titan wants to run in with Crown Splitter, you can either wait for them to get one from the Rift, or if they need health, you can always hit them with Lumina to give them a quick boost of health and a damage buff. This build's pretty good, especially this season with Crown Splitter being so good. You can make sure that your Titan stays alive and does as much damage as possible. You can spam rifts with it, you still can with Attunement of the Grace, but Bottom Tree is just really good at it. Plus, you get Arc Souls to help you weaken enemies to finish them off with Lumina to make sure you have full noble rounds all the time. Teammates can run through your rift just to grab their Arc Soul and then wait for the larger buffs from the Boots of the Assembler to hit them later. It's a pretty good build. It really synergizes with Bottom Tree. The super, if enemies get too close to you and there's a lot of them, of course Landfall will help you out to clear the initial wave, and then you can hit the rest of them with the continued damage of the super. You can still use Charge with Light with it, which I would highly recommend, since Elemental Wells really, they could be spawning, but they won't be as much as they could with other builds. And Warmind Cells, since you're using Lumina, you're not going to be creating a whole lot, and you're using an Arc subclass, so you're not going to be making them from your subclass. So I would highly recommend things like High Energy Fire, maybe Heal Thyself, since you'll be using Empowering Rift if enemies do come up on you. Protective Light or Heal Thyself could be very helpful to you. So yeah, I would play around with the mods you use with this build. But yeah, Boots the Assembler, Lumina, they're good on their own, but Bottom Tree Stormcaller giving you those Arc Souls with your Rift, and the fact that you get more Rifts more often also helps out the exotic. Yeah, just make sure that your Crown Splitter Titans are full health, and it'll all be good. Alright, so that's it for the video. I'm just gonna chill for a second here. If you're not subscribed, do that. Like the video, comment. If you wouldn't mind, also look in the pinned comment if it's there. If there is no pinned comment, then just tell me I'm slacking. And if it's there, go follow my Twitch and my Twitter. That's the best way to get a hold of me, is on Twitter, and I might start live streaming on my Twitch eventually, soon, I guess. 1K special coming eventually. Also, I do have some projects that I'm working on at the moment. I have a new light beginner's guide kind of thing coming out soon-ish. The first part will come out. So, if you have friends that are looking to get into the game, that might be a good way to get them in and just give them a brief, or maybe not brief, but like a head start in learning the game before crossplay comes up. Also, in case you didn't see, the day before I post this video, I released the Destiny 2 Red War 1-minute summary. So if you were a fan of my 1-minute summaries before, that is up, and I may have it in the description or in a card right here if I remember to do that. So yeah, I hope you have a good day, and I'll be back with DawnBlade next.